Up and Adam.
Hello.
What's going on, man?
Merry Christmas.
Merry belated Christmas.
Merry
Happy New
Christmas.
Year. Happy Kwanzaa.
Yeah, Happy New Year. Happy Hanukkah. Happy all those good things for all those
Every
holidays. Uh,
all of the above.
all of the above, no matter what.
How was your
What's going
Christmas, man?
It was all right. It was decent. Small, it was a COVID Christmas, but it was still nice.
And you guys are still locked down, right? You said?
Still locked down, can't have any large gatherings, so it had to be as small as possible. So which is all right. It's like whatever. We made the most of it. It was still nice.
Yeah.
A lot of food.
Same, yeah. Well,
Great.
here in Florida, we're still like basically open, but we're still being trying to be as precautious as possible. But it's crazy what this year brought. I mean, I just I kept it low key, just spent it with the family, and that's about it. I didn't do anything crazy. So
Yeah, no, same here. Same here. It was an interesting year. This year, like we've talked about before, has just kind of flown by, and I'm excited for 2021. I'm excited to see that um, the level of optimism that I have for 2021. Like I don't expect drastic changes with this whole COVID thing, but I mean I do anticipate that it should kind of taper off as a little bit better. Like
right.
travel should be lifted. Gyms will be coming back, within a month or less for me on my end here, you know. So like, and that's important too. And that's something that's been on my mind. And that's definitely something I'm sure that's been on everybody's mind is everybody wants to kind of keep 2020 in their back rear view mirror and kind of move on forward. Right. Which
Yeah.
is, yeah, I totally get that.
Yeah, this year's obviously been obviously for the record books. Um,
Yeah.
Everybody's situation is all over the place, and you
Yeah.
know, we can sit here and talk about like New Year's resolutions, do this and do that, but for some reason, I don't know about you, but it seems kind of like different in a way because every year people will make New Year's resolutions. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and at the end of the day, when it comes to January, February, they're not going to carry on with those goals. They're not going to do anything about it. And not everybody's the same. We can't tell people, we can't control what people do, and we can't tell people what to do. But just advising them and motivating people to do things that you've never done before. One or two, be spontaneous and learn new skills, learn new things. Because obviously, I know we've done a podcast on it before about learning new skills on doing Zoom, everything with Zoom, social media, anything
Yeah.
with computer based. I mean, because look at the way the world is moving to. I mean, like I said, for crying out loud, we're having meetings on Zoom. On Zoom, every business out there is doing meetings on Zoom or working from home.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, like everybody has situations, but I know that 2021, is going to be a fresh new start. It's going to take us away from 2020, but I mean, I'm saying we only because we're all in this together. Um,
Yeah.
but we all just need to just really just narrow down all the things that we need to do because it's definitely important, it's vital going into the new year. And that's, and especially now with the, with the times that we're currently in, you know?
Yeah, no, definitely. And I think it's important too. And I've mentioned this to some of my coaching clients too, who have kind of fallen into the habit of, I'm going to wait till the new year to start this, or I'm going to start. And it's just like, you know what? It's fine and dandy to set big goals for the new year. If it's something you've never done and you want to explore, totally 100%. If it's something that you have tried countless times, and you're waiting for the new year to try and get it started on it and take initiative action on it, you're just kind of setting yourself up for failure. And I'm not trying to sound pessimistic in that way. I'm trying to be realistic, because if you're just one of those people that's just going to set the tone of, I'm going to wait for Monday, I'm going to wait for, if you're not getting started and actually planning and actually kind of getting motivation on it and getting it started now, the chances of February and March coming around or sooner are just going to be that more of a reality for people. And like example, the gyms, losing weight, trying to get fit. If it's something you have struggled with in the past, and if you're just going to wait until the new year again and again to try and say that this year is going to be different, why is it going to be different? Why is it more powerful this year than it was last year? How many times have you failed at it before? And why are you waiting until the new year to get it started? And so this is something I've kind of like had to deal with in some of my coaching clients there before. They're just like, yeah, I'm a New Year's person when it comes to that. And I just kind of flop out on it. And it's just like, well, why? Well, because New Year's is a big time to kind of get started on it, but that's the perception of it. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, what is your real reason why? And that's where I kind of try to dig deep. Like,
And
why is it so important for you to reach
right.
that?
And it all going off of what you're saying, and it all has to do with the procrastination factor.
Yes.
We always want, like you just mentioned, everybody wants to wait until January. Why wait till January? Do it now.
Yeah. Why January? What is so significant?
Right.
Right.
Why January? So why don't you just start now? The reason being is because, for example, I know you probably can compare with me on this, Mike, is that if you start something ahead of time, it just makes the process so much easy.
Yes.
Now, why do I say that? Is because you're not going to have anxiety, you're not going to feel pressure, you're not going to feel as much pressure because you've already started that project or that thing that you've always wanted to do. But you did it ahead of time instead of starting on the day that you really wanted to do. So,
Yes.
for example, you want to start going. For example, if someone wants to start working out, or wants to try something else, or get a new job, or whatever the case is, if you want to go to the gym in January, and you just wait till the last minute, meaning like, okay, well, I'm just gonna eat whatever, I'm just gonna do what I want to do, I just want to party, I just want to drink, and January 1st, then I'll start going to the gym. You know how hard that is? You know how hard, I mean, you got to be in tip top shape, because once you go to the gym, everybody's going to be at the gym that one day. Then what's going to happen next? It's going to just be a complete 360 where you're just going to feel overwhelmed. You're going to feel neglect within yourself, because now you're going to see so many people at the gym, and you're not going to have a time to probably just jump on a treadmill or get on the weights or do anything because everybody's on it. And then what are you going to think to yourself? You're going to think back and think negatively and just start thinking, oh, well, you know what? I'm just going to leave for today, and then I'll come back tomorrow. And and you already know where I'm going to go with this. What's going to happen next? I'm not going to come back the next day. I'm feeling lazy. I don't have
the gym. What's that? Sorry?
No, what I'm saying is that a lot of people like to make excuses for the smallest thing, and they just don't want to. It's just stopping them. It's just stopping them on their tracks instead of moving forward and progressing. And
well, for sure.
I know that from example too, because I was that person as well.
That's the thing, and that's where a lot of the intimidation comes, and I think it builds up even more. You have that more intimidation, fear, if you're not prepared. Success depends upon prior preparation. Without said preparation, there is sure to be failure. And it's no different with a New Year's resolution. If you're not really prepared and actually have a detailed plan, and best case scenario, actually have already gotten started days, weeks before, you know what? Your chances of succeeding at this are far greater because you've built traction on it. You're rewarding yourself for getting started on it. If you don't know what you're doing and you try to go in, like you'd mentioned there, just to kind of touch on that, and you try to, go into a gym your first time, January is like one of the worst times for that, because it's a zoo full of people. I mean, I don't know COVID might obviously change that a little bit right now, but and if you don't know what you're doing, you don't have a coach, you don't have a meal plan together, don't have a workout plan, beginner plan in place, it's a lot harder. That's why it's really, really important to really kind of have these things, have your ducks in a row long before that. So you don't have that gym fear, that gym intimidation. Because I used to have a great deal of gym intimidation before I knew what I was doing. I was never really a New Year's guy for that, but it was just like, holy smokes, it's a lot to deal with. It's a lot on your shoulders.
Yeah.
So you got to have a plan.
Absolutely. And going off for wealth, going off the topic of New Year's resolution and just health and wellness in general, you don't necessarily need to think about going to the gym, if you feel comfortable at working out at home or getting some sort of activities going, keep the body moving, keep that movement going. It's just, just think about health wise, think about longevity.
Yeah.
Because of COVID, I mean, you don't want to get sick. I mean, we're all going to get sick. We're not superhumans, but you know, the people that don't really get sick are the ones that are always working out. They're going for one. It's all about sweating it out. But I mean, if you don't feel comfortable to the gym, man, work out at home. Work out from home if you're able to. Work out from. There's so many ways to do it. So I mean, the fact when I hear people make excuses, I just don't buy it. But then again, like I said, we can't tell people what to do.
No, and people, that's the thing, is people are free to choose for themselves. I'm just trying to suggest ways to eliminate the, February, March withdrawal, and then, okay, there goes my goals. Okay, and it's out the window for another year. And then you're back to square one come December 28th or 29th.
You're
And
never
then
gonna
you're
start.
planning it out again. Then you're repeating that same cycle,
Absolutely. And
right?
that could even be with doing something small. Like, you know what? Create a new hobby. Create a new hobby.
Yeah.
Mike, I didn't tell you this, but I actually said to myself, I was actually writing down my goals and just writing down some goals that I want to do for 2021. And one thing I definitely want to get back to, I haven't played since I was a kid, but I did actually buy something on OfferUp. I don't know if you have OfferUp in Canada, but I actually purchased a saxophone.
Oh my gosh, that's so weird. I had a feeling you were going to say that. That's so strange. I think, yeah, that's the strangest thing.
It is like the most random thing, and I said, you know what?
Yeah, I think you
Screw it,
mentioned you
man.
could play at one point
2020
before.
is just gonna go out. It's gonna go in with a bang. I'm just gonna give myself a saxophone and just create a hobby out of it.
I was like, what did you do? Buy a saxophone? I was
Yeah,
thinking about.
I went online. And I said, you know what? I'm gonna buy myself a saxophone.
Right.
I did something. I decided to be spontaneous, and I said, you know what? Let me just buy myself a saxophone
Nice, nice.
and go into 2020 with a bang.
That's awesome. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
I
I'm supposed to pick it up tomorrow, so I'm pretty excited about it.
That's awesome. That's awesome, dude. Yeah, I plan on finishing all my courses by January 31st. So it's not
There
that I
you go.
don't set New Year's resolutions. It's just, I like to I pretty much set goals throughout the whole year. That New Year's isn't really a big thing for me as far as setting goals. So it's just one of those things that that you set for yourself and don't have a specific time on when to start. Like I'm a start right now rather than a Monday guy. I've been that way for a number of years. That's why I really try to coach people and try to steer them the same way, because these are the things and methods and success principles that I've applied that have worked for me. So when you have a New Year's thing, it's really, how dedicated are you? Is it just something to set because your family's doing it, your friends are doing it? Or is this something that you absolutely have a burning desire that you're just like, enough of this shit, like I want to go for this, right?
No one's gonna do it. No one's gonna do it for you but ourselves.
Yeah,
If you want help, I mean, obviously there's people like us that are willing to offer the assistance and give you that motivation and put you on the spot all the time, you know? And because I know for a fact that I mean I didn't have that. I'm pretty sure you didn't have that either, but it's all really a learning curve. And like I said, it's not for everybody, but I believe that everybody is. It's just we're just understand that we're all here for a reason,
yeah,
and it's not to be mediocre. I'll tell you that much. So
100%.
if you're watching this video, understand that going to the new year, just going in there with a bang, just do what you can. There's things that we can't. There's things that we can't control. Understand that. There's things that we cannot control.
Exactly.
But there are things that you can control, the things that you can do, the things that you're able to do.
Yeah, if there's something that you find that if you find yourself in a position where you're kind of unsure, or you're in a position where you might need a little help with trying to figure this out, or you want help to stay dedicated depending on the goal, reach out for help. Find a coach. Doesn't necessarily have to be us if it's not pertaining to the field or the desire that you are looking for, looking to achieve, but get some help. Have somebody kind of guide you and steer you along the way, so you could see it through to the end.
Right.
Right. That's important.
Mm-hmm.
If you're just kind of going into it blind and throwing darts at a dartboard blind, well, then it's going to be a lot harder, and you're just gonna struggle. I mean, you're just
Mhm.
kind of setting yourself up
Keeping
for
just having that accountability,
the
having that
accountability.
someone in the background just watching it's like almost like having someone in the back watching your every move. Hey,
Exactly.
what are you doing today? You're gonna go to the gym. You're gonna do this. You're gonna take care of your errands today.
Yeah.
Okay, so how are you gonna go about that? Oh, I'm stuck. I don't know what to do next. I'm dealing with this. I'm dealing with that. Okay, so how can we figure out a way to fix this? Create a game plan.
Yeah.
Because once you create that game plan and we set dates on what to do, that just makes you that just it just triggers your mind to say, okay, well, I need to move on to the next thing and I need to work on this because if I don't, I'm just gonna fall behind or I'm not gonna get it done. Now it's
Exactly.
not now coaching is not for everybody. Totally get that. Nobody really knows what it is, but like I said, it's not for everybody, but people who are wanting to learn more about themselves or wanting to be better at
Yes,
certain
growth.
things or want to improve their lifestyle, then yeah, I would suggest that getting a coach is prevalent. I've got my own coach, and that's changed me. I know, Mike, that you got your coach and it's
I
changed
have, yeah, a
your whole.
couple. I've had coaches, for a while now, and you know what? If you're a person who is constantly trying to achieve new levels, if you're growth oriented, if you are a person that is really trying to get past what you haven't been able to before, then a coach is definitely for you. That's where, they help fill in the blanks and help
Absolutely.
set up a plan for you, to kind of step out of your comfort zone, because your comfort zone, like I mentioned before, is really where you're most uncomfortable. Okay. It's those moments of discomfort is where you grow, when something is out of the ordinary, when something
That
is out.
dopamine.
It's yeah, it's just it's that's where you're growing, is when you feel like, okay, now I'm feeling uncomfortable. This is where I'm stepping out now. That's, and that's where a coach can really help
Absolutely.
tie up those loose ends a little bit. And going into 2021, I think it's super important for people to really make a decision for themselves, whatever it is, to, you know, decide, okay, is this going to be a different year? Why am I going to do things differently? What have I done in the past that has caused me to repeat the same cyclical effect of repeating it, and then I'm back to December 31st or December
Yep.
30th, and I'm still not there yet.
Then you look
It's
back
like,
and you just
why is
regret,
exactly
and then the regret factor kicks in. Is
and
how
then,
fun is that?
exactly. It's
Hmm.
like, the regret factor weighs tons, and when you have that, weighing you down, oh, that's never a good feeling. It's
No,
never
it's
fun.
not. No, it's not.
So
But you know what? We're just gonna leave it there because I think that we should just leave the viewers or people who will watch our show, who watch our podcast. It's just understand that we're here to help you and we're here to, you know,
absolutely.
give out advice and share our thoughts and whatever we have going on and whatever you guys want us to share them. Please feel free to give us some topics that we could talk about. But we just specifically wanted to talk about the New Year's in 2021 and New Year's resolutions because it's a different time now, but I still feel that we're all strong enough to do it. And I know that if you're watching this right now, you're strong. You have so much to give. You have so much to do. So I
You're
know
strong.
that we're going to go
Strong.
into 2021 with better expectations and a better us and a better you. And we hope to see you guys next year. As weird
Absolutely.
as that sounds.
Absolutely. No, definitely. If you guys have anything to add, or any comments, or anything that maybe you kind of resonated with, or sounded familiar, leave a comment below. We'd love to hear from you. Get in touch. If we'd certainly love to be able to help you out in certain areas of your life that you're looking for a better 2021, a better you. So we can definitely help fill in those knowledge gaps a little bit better for you.
There we
So
go.
absolutely.
All right, man. Any plans for New Year's before we go?
Not much, man. Just COVID is kind of
Kind of
limited
mess things up,
limited
didn't it?
options. Yeah. So
Yeah, same here. I don't
staying
know.
in, staying in.
Same here. I don't know what I'm doing yet, so probably nothing crazy.
Yeah, like literally where we're at right now, there's no options. There's no fireworks. There's none of that.
Maybe
So
maybe if I get the saxophone, I know you wanna just, I'll
Yeah.
just play right into the new year, man. Screw it, right? YOLO,
You
like
gotta,
they
you gotta
say.
put your, when you play it, you gotta put your shades on. I gotta see what
Ah,
he's.
exactly, man. You know, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. I might do that. I
I
might
want to
do
see
that.
shades when you got the saxophone in hand playing it.
Play Songbird by Kenny G.
Play Songbird by Kenny G. Hey, there you go. Kenny G. Ah, that's there you go. That's some Songbird action right
Goals, goals, goals.
there. You go.
All right, man. Well, have a good night, and we'll talk. We'll get back at it soon, and we'll see you soon, man. Happy New Year's, guys.
Sounds good. Happy New Year, everyone. Peace.
Later.